What's going on, guys? It's James back with another video. Today I am out mowing. I have 4 or 5 yards to do. I just completed one. Couldn't really think of a video idea, so in this video I'm going to kind of explain how I got started, basically the steps to starting your own business based on how I started my business. So yeah, stick with me and I'll go over every single step that you need to take to start your own business. All right, step one, figure out what services you would like to offer, whether it be just mowing, landscaping, hardscaping, whatever it is, irrigation. Personally, I suggest you start small, start simple. Just offer, mowing and maybe like leaf cleanups, and that'll get you started. So step one, figure out what services you want to start with. I suggest you start small. Step two, figure out what equipment you need to complete the services that you would like to offer. If you start simple, all you need is a mower, a trimmer, and a blower or a broom, whatever. You can most likely you can start with whatever equipment you already have. That's what I did. That's what a lot of people do. So figure out what equipment you need. Step three, figure out who you would like to offer your services to. This doesn't have to be super specific at this point in your business. I suggest you start with your own neighborhood. That's what I did. I went out and passed out 500 flyers to my whole entire neighborhood. And that's where most of my jobs came from, is my own neighborhood. And that's where I'm actually in my own neighborhood right now. I have a couple yards to do in my own neighborhood. So that's step three, figure out who you would like to offer your services to. Personally, I suggest you start with your direct neighborhood. Now, once you've figured out who you'd like to offer your services to, how are they gonna find out about you? Like I just said, door hangers, flyers, that's a really popular thing to do. That's what I did. Now these require some money up front to have them done through Vistaprint or whatever. And then not only does it require money, but it also requires time and energy. You have to go around placing them on everyone's door. So it's kind of personal preference. You can do it if you want to. I did get some jobs doing this. It's just a lot of upfront work. I suggest using the Nextdoor app. That's where many of my jobs have came from, is the Nextdoor app. So all I do is post on there my digital flyers that I make through Canva. And that's all I do, is I post every few days on the Nextdoor app. At this point in my business, I'm actually getting recommendations on there now. So someone will, we'll post on there asking for someone to mow their lawn, and I have people on there recommending me. So that's a really great thing to have. It's basically another set of eyeballs to monitor the page, so you don't have to be on there all the time recommending your own service. So yeah, when someone posts on there, there's people recommending you, so you don't even have to do anything. So I highly suggest you get on the Nextdoor app if you have not yet. Another way that you can get business is different Facebook groups. Going back to my own neighborhood, my neighborhood has a Facebook page just for the community. I think there's like 500 and something people in the page, so I also will post on that page. I don't spam it as much as I do on Nextdoor, just because it's less people, but I will post on there every couple weeks, looking for new customers. I've gotten quite a few customers doing that too, because people in your own neighborhood, on your neighborhood groups, are going to trust someone that actually, lives in the neighborhood, and they're going to want to give their business to you. Another thing I highly suggest you do in conjunction with all your other methods of advertising is create your My Google business page. It's free, it's not very difficult, doesn't take very long. You go on there and you fill out, all the information on there, your business name, the location, phone number, the hours, everything like that. And then once you do that, they will mail you a code that you will have to input on the My Google business to basically verify it. And then after you verify it, It takes, I think it takes like a week or two to get the piece of paper in the mail to do it. But once it's verified, it's up and running and people are able to view your listing that way. Now in my area, I am already ranked number 3, I think 3 or 4, I think it is, out of all of these companies in my area, just because I ask all my customers to leave a review. And I keep my my page as updated as I can possibly do. And I add, you can add just updates on there. So I'll add pictures. I'll add it's kind of like Facebook where you leave a status. So I will just put updates on there. Now, if you guys think about it, it's really important that you have a Google business page, because when someone is needing lawn care, the first place they're going to look is Google. That's what I do pretty much for anything that I'm looking for. Is you go to Google and you type in lawn care near me, landscaping near me, whatever it may be. Once they type in those keywords, that's going to bring up all of the businesses in the area. So you want to be at the top of the listing, because people aren't going to scroll down, several pages to find your business. They're going to go with the one at the top that has the most reviews. It's pretty basic. So if you guys think about it that way, it's very important to have your Google business page up and running. A lot of people don't have them, and you can get away with that because if you do great work, word of mouth travels very quickly. But in today's day and age, all the technology and everything, you got to stay a step ahead of the game, because if you don't have any, digital, online marketing at all, you're just going to get left behind, compared to the company that is doing all of these things. Step 6 is just repeat. Once you have your first customer and everything, you're going to want to repeat the same steps that we already pretty much went over. You're going to want to keep posting on the Nextdoor app, on Facebook, your Google business page. You're going to want to keep everything updated. You're going to want to keep asking for reviews. And that's pretty much it. One of the things that kind of that people overthink about when starting a lawn care business is taxes and insurance. I can't speak too much on taxes because I haven't actually filed taxes yet, because I just started. But it should not be that hard. I use QuickBooks, and it keeps track of everything. Keeps track of all income, as long as you do invoices, even if they pay cash, still create the invoice so that you're able to look back and see how much you made. So it tracks all of the income, it tracks your mileage, it tracks every other expense, gas, equipment, maintenance, insurance. So it's really not that hard if you have an app that pretty much does everything for you. At the end of the year, you would just talk to a CPA or whatever, and all your information is going to be right there for them. So it should be very easy at the end of the year. So don't let taxes kind of discourage you from starting. Go ahead and start now, and then taxes you'll be able to figure out later. It's really not that big of a deal. And then same for insurance. It's not the huge priority in the beginning. A lot of people say, oh, you can't start without insurance. Just be careful. This might not be the best advice, but just be very careful when you first start. Don't go weed eating a bed of rocks when you're near cars and everything else. Use your head in the beginning. Once you get up and going a little bit, yes, then get insurance for sure. You need it. Absolutely, 100% you need insurance, because you do not know what's going to happen. A lot of times I'll be weed eating and I won't even really be near rocks or anything, and then all of a sudden I see a rock go flying. So I feel like with that sort of thing, it's not really a matter of if, it's when. Because you're not going to be expecting it, of course. You could be being as careful as you possibly can, and you could hit something you don't know. So you want to have that insurance, so that you don't have to pay out of pocket, because that would really suck, having to pay thousands of dollars for a glass door or whatever. Yeah, so taxes and insurance, really not that big of a deal. Don't get stuck on it. Start with what you have, and the rest will fall in place. That's all. That's all there is to it. I think in life, a lot of people will get stuck on the details of something, and they'll overthink something to the point where they just don't, make any movement at all. And I'm definitely guilty of this. When I first started, all of those things were on my mind. I'm like, man, should I really do this? I don't know anything about taxes. I don't know anything about insurance. I don't know this and that. But like I said, once you start, all of those things will seem so minute and unimportant. I mean, they're important, but they're not important at the beginning stages of your business. So go ahead and get out there, start making that money, and the rest will fall in place. And while I'm on here, I know in the last video I told you guys I would let you guys know how my reserve experience was, my first drill weekend. I was very shocked. That's all, really, that's all I can say at this point. It was definitely a huge culture shock to me. The way people talk to each other, the way people wear their uniforms, the way people kind of dodge responsibilities. Yeah, the whole thing was just a huge culture shock to me coming from active duty. But yeah, that's pretty much, I don't have a whole lot to tell about my first experience with it, because we didn't really do a whole lot. You know, I showed up, I did some in-processing and met the people in my unit, did a little bit of work here and there, and you know, that was it. And before I knew it, the weekend was over. So I will say it was nice. So my base is about an hour and a half away, and if you're over a certain mileage away from the base, then you can stay in a hotel completely paid for by the unit. So it was I will say it was a nice little break away from, you know, day-to-day life and everything. You know, hotel fully paid for, don't have to worry about that, you know, seeing a new town. So yeah, I mean, it was a good experience. And we just hit a huge milestone, 10 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. I'm glad some people are finding this information that I'm giving you guys useful. And I never thought that I would even start a YouTube channel, let alone have 10 subscribers and, you know, making videos pretty consistently. So I want to hear more about the, you know, the military, active, reserve, whatever. You know, just leave a comment below and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. This is a lawn care channel, so of course I'm not going to focus too much on you know, my military side of things. But if you guys have questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this workday. I know that was a quick, short video, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions on starting your own business, be sure to leave a comment below. And as always, if you guys found this video useful, helpful, entertaining, whatever, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And thanks again for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.